Good morning. Welcome to Warren County Fiscal Court. We are now called to order for our Thursday, May 25th, 2023 meeting. Happy to have everyone here in attendance today, and we'll start off like we always do. Invocation, actually today from my pastor, Greg Farrell from Crosstown Community Church, and we'll follow that by the pledge to the flag by Squire Rick Williams.
Thank you, Judge. Let's pray together. Father, we love you, and we are beyond thankful. This is such a beautiful community, and you have blessed us. We are in many ways, and not to be pompous nor arrogant, but Father, a model for, I think, if many other communities, both in the Commonwealth and around the country, could look at Warren County, they'd realize that we can have differing opinions, but we don't have to be divisive. We can have different opinions, but we don't have to demean one another. We can hold strong opinions, but we don't have to hold anything against anybody, and that's the beauty of this community. And so thank you that we're here. We're responsible to maintain that. This has been developed over the years, and we're responsible to take care of that, each and every one of us. I pray for the citizens of this community, Father, that we first and foremost remember what you called us to, and that is to submit to the governing authorities, that you have appointed them to lead, and the best thing we can do is learn to follow. And that there is a means by which we can disagree. It's called a ballot box, but all other methodologies are just unacceptable, Father. I pray for this court that you'd give them wisdom. They lead 100,000+ people with the decisions they make. And your word says that if any of us lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. And that's what you will do. If they will look to you, you will give them insight and information that is not available any other way than from you. And in this moment, Father, we also understand that we who are blessed in this room must be mindful of those in our community that are suffering right now through loss, through confusion and illness and poverty and lack of proper resources and education. May we be the people who never leave anybody behind. That we create opportunities that affect all people. We create opportunities for all people to take advantage of those opportunities, to experience the life for which you created them. And finally, Father, this weekend should remind us, freedom's not free. It's never been free. You proved it with the death of your Son, that we might be free from our sins through his willingness to die. You've proved it in this nation that our freedom comes at a high price, but it is always a price worth paying, Father. We love you. We thank you. It's in Jesus' name we pray to you. Amen.
Amen.
If you'd all please stand uncovered and face the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor Farrell. All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Esquire Williams.
here.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Esquire Aldridge.
Here.
Esquire Lasley.
Here.
All right, approved minutes of the fiscal court meeting on May 11th, 2023. A motion by Squire Lasley, second by Squire Lawrence. Any corrections? Ma'am, please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 5, approve the work schedule for the Warren County Road Department. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 6, approve the personnel changes for Warren County. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
All right, our next item, we're going to have a presentation from our Warren County Conservation District and a budget presentation. Emily, I think we have a video first, is that correct? Oh, they'll be right on, I'm sure.
We can get the video. Thank you for having us. We have some special guests with us, and I think rather than listening to me We'll play this, and you can get an overview of what we've been up to this year.
Fantastic.
Established in 1797, Warren County lies at the heart of the Pennyroyal region in south central Kentucky. Bowling Green is the county seat of an area blessed by beautiful waterways, rolling hills, and rich soils. Over 262,000 acres of land in the county is farmland. However, today, less than a third of farmers are employed full-time in agriculture, creating new challenges for the district in helping maintain our cherished rural lifestyles. Warren County is home to over 130,000 residents, outpacing all of Kentucky in population growth. The Warren County Conservation District is involved with education among all the Warren County residents. One of the most rewarding educational programs is sponsoring and coaching envirothon teams. This is a national high school competition that addresses soils, aquatics, forestry, wildlife, and a current issue that changes annually. In addition, they provide natural resource-themed lessons to students of all ages throughout the county. Whether in the classroom or streamside, they embrace their role in teaching those who will become the leaders of tomorrow. 2020 changed how the district approached education. Staff modified their outreach and took to social media with educational content, participated in virtual information meetings, and kicked off their Google Classroom to allow easy access to conservation-related activities and information. In 2021, the district promoted a Conservation Christmas. This activity sent items to upcycle into holiday or Christmas decorations straight to Warren County children's mailboxes. As certified samplers, the staff participates in seasonal watershed watch sampling events that are imperative in monitoring the health of Kentucky's waterways. The district is fortunate to work with partners and establish programs for the community. Most recently created, a partnership with Lost River Cave allows the district to help maintain a native prairie restoration site. A new program in Warren County is the Backyard Conservation Program. This allows urban residents to implement best management practices in new and innovative ways. Partnering with Warren County Stormwater Management, they have continued to provide an animal mortality removal service. Another program that garnered support with stormwater is the local soil erosion control program. This program is designed to minimize soil erosion by offering cost-share assistance to sow winter cover crop and install heavy use areas for gateway and barn access. While some of the programs are new, many others have been long established. Working with Warren County Extension Service, the district provides free soil tests to all urban gardeners and landowners to help promote accurate application of fertilizer, minimizing surface groundwater pollution. In conjunction with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture and Western Kentucky University Farm, the district assists with the rinse and return program by providing a safe way to recycle pesticide containers. To celebrate Arbor Day, over 3,000 seedlings are purchased from Kentucky Division of Forestry and given out to the community each year. To honor Earth Day, they partner with multiple agencies to offer a field day hosted at a county park for elementary students. Together, they provide lessons on the importance of protecting the environment. The district promotes soil and water conservation practices on agriculture land in many ways, including leasing equipment to farmers like no-till drills, earth ban, and mulch layer, which can be used for best management practices. Promoting and administering the state cost share program assists landowners to install conservation practices such as watering facilities to aid in rotational grazing, and fencing to protect sinkholes, ponds, streams, and wooded areas. Administering the County Agriculture Investment Program which helps promote agriculture diversification within tobacco-impacted communities. The community garden, known as Kaleidoscope Farm, has grown both figuratively and literally over the past few years. The district provides a grant to the Housing Authority to hire a garden manager who is able to teach the multicultural residents to grow, harvest, prepare, and preserve foods, while also giving them the means to raise foods that are similar to their own cultures. In part to an impressive board of supervisors, the Warren County Conservation District is able to offer new and progressive programs that are inclusive to all of Warren County.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That was better than listening to me. We have some special guests today that have come with us. We have Rhodes Hester and Garnet Owens from our board. We have Penny Warwick, her husband Bobby Warwick, who are our coaches for Envirothon, and they're going to fill you in on that exciting news. And we have Morgan Mayers, who put all this together and keeps us running. Darby Aubin is our 7525 employee technician with NRCS, and she was not able to be here today because she's out in the field. One sad note, we lost our garden manager of over 6 years. Stephen Anderson died about a week ago, and he put that garden together, and Abraham has found someone else to cover that. So I'm going to introduce Penny, who will introduce our students.
All right.
It's exciting today. They got out of school, some of them, and rearranged some finals to be here, so I'll introduce them. We had 4 teams make it to the state competition in North Central. It was located in North Central 4-H camp in Carlisle, Kentucky, and we had 4 teams, and 3 of the teams are represented today. We have Amelie Fuentes, Levi Wilgruber, and they are from the Gatton Academy, and so you can stand up if you want. One represents the senior team and one is the junior team. They both did extremely well, but the senior team did go on to win the entire competition and will be representing us at the national competition, I want to say convention, national competition in New Brunswick, Canada. So we have passports ready. And then we also have with us from South Warren, unfortunately Greenwood was not able to be here, but we have South Warren who also placed first with the FFA team as well as second overall, which is an amazing feat. And we have Lorna Andrews and Avery Cole. Y'all want to stand up? Avery. And so they will also represent their team at the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana in the fall. So we're really proud of them. At this competition, there were 10 medals to give out. Warren County brought home 7 of those 10. So yeah, we were very excited for them. And I better not forget to introduce my husband, who is a forester and coached the forestry portion of this, and he is very excited for me to say that we received first overall in forestry, second, third, or fourth, and fifth. So we received all 4 teams were in the top of the forestry division. So
that's awesome.
Very good for them. So that's all. Unless y'all have any questions for them.
Well, Penny and Emily, thank you all so much. Garnet Rhodes, we appreciate your service to this community as well. But to I think it's just a fantastic thing that we're able to. Thank you for the video. We would have been happy to hear you, Emily. However, in this Twitter world, everyone likes to watch a video, and so what a great video. We'd love to have that on our website if that's okay for Warren County. I think it's a great explanation of how important the Conservation District is. It makes a difference. When we talk about an exceptional community, this is part of it that makes a difference, that continues to have us be a community that people look to. And so are rich in agriculture, rich in the things that we do, and just it's fantastic. The outreach, though, I will tell you that you've done, maybe some of it was because of COVID, but the outreach that you've done outside of maybe just an event, but the social media, all the other things have really taken off. And I'm just so very proud that you're part of our team, and so thank you so much for that. Any questions from any of the magistrates? Yeah, great job. What I'd like to do is have our winners come up here. In fact, the whole group can come up here. We'd like to take a picture if that's okay. What's that? Yes, yeah. Well, is her husband here?
Yeah.
Come on up here, yeah, there we go. And let's have, hey, brothers, come on up here. Lord.
We're gonna sit here, we're gonna go. Scott, if you have bunny ears, spell
Arms not that long.
How are you all? I'm doing great. You doing okay? Good to see you. How are you? It's so good to see you. You doing well? Good. Great presentation.
Okay, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it.
I'm doing great. Walk down here. You doing okay?
Hey, Rick, how are you?
Thank you.
It may be wrong right now, but it does the bailing for me kind of yesterday. I think it did bail, so they might include the bail yesterday. It's windy and the sunshine, so they drive kind of. But you bail it early in the morning, real late. Do it midnight. The leaves just turn for her. That's where you don't understand skiing.
Take care. Enjoy your last days of Thursday, too. Yeah. Well, who's the phone?
She could be the youngest one.
She could be. That's right. Is there a constitutional age requirement? So Jason and 30? Hey.
You got it now. So for 5 years, you think I remember her name?
Yeah. I'm trying to get you through this year. Hey,
Yeah. I think
tell
this is.
Ron to text, someone text me and see if that come on.
Steven said it's his.
Okay, bye. All right, thank you so much for that. And we do have one more before we get to the meat of the agenda. I've asked John Sowers, President and CEO of South Central Workforce Development Board. He's going to give us an update on the workforce development, and what I'm excited about is our Fort Campbell program. John? Hey, it worked. Maybe. There we go.
All right, we're in business. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, everybody. It's a real honor to be here with you today. My name's John Swords, and I am the President and CEO of the South Central Workforce Development Board. And for those that aren't familiar with our organization, we're funded by the Department of Labor to serve the 10-county Brad region and help connect talent to employers. And as we all know, we've got a lot of growth in this region, and there's a lot of open jobs that we're busy trying to fill. There's a lot of activities and programs and initiatives that we oversee, but one of them, and the one I'm here to talk about today, is the position at Fort Campbell that is very generously funded by both the Warren County Fiscal Court and the City of Bowling Green. So I'm going to give you an update on what we've been doing the last year with this position and what we're going to be doing going forward. So just a little background, and I won't cover everything on this slide, but a little over a year ago, we were convening a series of informal meetings with folks from the community, the chamber, Judge Buchanan, city manager, Sky CTC, WKU, and several other agencies. And out of those discussions, kind of came the conclusion that we could really use having a full-time position at Fort Campbell in the transition center to try to talk to the 5,000 or so soldiers a year getting out of the military and convince them that we've got great opportunities over here in Bowling Green and South Central Kentucky. So out of that came an agreement and ultimately funding. So last year we received $36,000 each from the city and the fiscal court, a total of $72,000 to put a position at Fort Campbell. On the right of the screen you see Mike Daly. He's a U.S. Army veteran that we selected for the position, and he works in that transition 5 days a week and engages soldiers Monday through Friday. Just a little bit about what he does. Typically, he gets in front of about 90 or so soldiers a week. The way it's structured is he, along with about 20 other people, get to move into these classrooms, and they get about 3 minutes to do an elevator pitch. And he's trying to get their attention. And then out of that, then he tries to, we want them to come see him after that. It's a very competitive environment. There's multiple companies and agencies. Everybody there is vying for the attention of these soldiers, and rightfully so. So some of the challenges that I think we faced in the first year in this endeavor is what I just mentioned. It's kind of getting and keeping a soldier's attention. Typically when we're getting in front of them, they're still 5 to 8 months from getting out, so they don't quite know what they don't know. They don't know where they're going to go, and you gotta fight to get their attention and hold it and convince them to work with you. Similarly, it's there are occasionally challenges with getting our employers to kind of participate and compete, because it is a competition. It is a fierce competition for this talent. And over the last year, our employers haven't always, and I don't mean this to be in a derogatory way, but you got to compete on pay. You got to compete. To get them here, and that hasn't always been the case. Geography is a physical challenge. We're a little over an hour from Fort Campbell from here, and so we're not the right fit for everybody we talk to. And then data tracking, and I'm going to circle back to these challenges and how we're trying to address them. But these are the 4 that kind of stood out in this first year. So let's talk about results and data. So Mike got in front of almost 3,900 soldiers last year. And that's, without him, we would not have gotten even close to that. Out of that number, we had 110 soldiers, take that step, lean in, fill out an intake form, and ask to work with us. Those 110 soldiers were referred to 309 of our local employers. And then finally, and this number is not what I would like it to be, but we've had 5 known hires. And I say known is because sometimes it's difficult to track what happens. Once we connect a soldier to an employer or a group of employers, we don't always know the outcome, and that's a challenge that we face in trying to stay connected with the outcomes. Here is one success story that I will point out. This is a gentleman named Darren Kim. We started working with him last fall. We actually facilitated him coming over to tour several different manufacturers in the region, one of which was Country Oven Bakery. Ultimately, he really liked them. They really liked him. It took about 60 days, but ultimately he was offered a job and took it with Country Oven Bakery in late December. All right, so, going forward, year two, which, we're kind of just on the front end of year two, circling back to some of these challenges. We've spent a lot of time over the last few months trying to figure out how do we tackle these challenges better? How do we compete for soldiers' attention? Get our employers fully engaged, better track data. So really there's two things that I'll highlight coming up next. The first is, and over the course of the last few months, it's been a lot of back and forth, but we developed what we're calling a Quick Connect profile card, and I'll show that to you. And then we're housing that on a new website called KentuckyVetConnect.com. So here's just an inside look. This is the platform we use to house all the cards we're building. So you can see we're starting to get foot traffic. We're starting to have these soldiers lean in, come to us, fill out the form. If they fill it out, we develop this card. This card is, what we're doing is we're offering them something tangible now, more than just saying we can help you. We're offering them something that they can use to promote themselves on social media. The trade-off is we get to promote it to our employers on social media and on a website. And so that's what we're doing. So we've gotten traction with this and we feel good about it. We've gotten a pretty good momentum, and we've gotten really good feedback from employers. Employers seem to like it. We've also just launched in the last couple of weeks KentuckyVetConnect.com. This is kind of just a website that houses these profile cards. It's a place that soldiers can visit. It's a place that employers can visit if they want to find these cards. So these cards or profiles are going out by email. They're going out by social media, and now we've got a website, the trifecta of places that an employer can find these profiles. So here's a profile of a young man named Dakota. This guy is a aviation mechanic. He's a combat veteran, decorated combat veteran, and he's interested in business IT or an HR role. And he is going to be available to work at the end of June. And so we're promoting this guy right now to employers. He's out on social media. If you go look at our social media today, I think you'll probably quickly come across this profile card. All right, yeah, promoting it. So yeah, going out, social media, email, and so forth. Here's another gentleman. This is a gentleman named Quentin, and he just filled out the intake form last week. We got this profile built, and what he has asked us for is he really wants to go into construction, and he doesn't get out to August, but what he's come back twice now and said, I am willing to volunteer on weekends job shadowing at a construction site. And so we've pushed this out to 4 employers, and I've gotten feedback from several of them. Some don't. One doesn't work weekends, so they're out. The other one's, in fact, this morning, one of them is socializing that internally to see if they can support a job shadowing opportunity for this gentleman. So these are just kind of 2 examples of the profiles and what we're doing with some of these soldiers. But we're very encouraged by the reaction we're getting from both soldiers and employers. All right, just to wrap up, here's what we've got. Here's what we're working on. Last November, we submitted an application to become a DoD, Department of Defense skill bridge provider, and we're still waiting on that to be approved. But what that is, what the DoD skill bridge program is, it allows service members to participate in an internship before they get out of the military. And if we're approved, what it's going to allow us to do is develop customized internships. We'll go work with our employers, develop customized 8 to 12-week internships so that we can bring these folks over and they can spend a little time in our community, get an internship under their belt, and hopefully we can compete to, they'll be a good fit and they can be offered a job. It's not official yet, it's not approved yet, but as we went through our application process, we came up with the branding for it. We've branded it Your Turn, which is short for Your Internship. Again, the way we're trying to distinguish ourselves from some of the other internships at Fort Campbell is that we're customized. We're going to go get our employers to sign up and participate. And the good news is little or no cost for employers to host an intern. They just have to commit to hosting somebody 8 to 12 weeks. But we'll play the intermediary role and get them matched and do the paperwork necessary with Fort Campbell to make this happen. So, the application process has been painfully slow, but hopefully we'll get some good news here very soon. Should we be approved, that's going to really also expand Mike's role. It's going to generate a lot more foot traffic to him because now he can not just talk about job opportunities, but he can talk about internship opportunities. So that's my update and presentation, and pending any questions, I'm done.
Any questions for John? I think one thing, John, that I was excited about, it is hard to get people's attention, and from an employer standpoint, having an application, having 50 resumes and going through those, but what I really like is this quick connect. It's something that can be emailed to an employer. They can literally, it's a hyperlink on it, and click on it and right away go to that person's profile and be able to do it. One of the things I think is important is you can never have, in my opinion, too many former members of the military in your community. And I think what would be really fantastic is we want to ensure that the world knows Warren County is a veteran-friendly community. And, hey, it brought us Tommy Lawrence right here, so plus other members that are here. But I really do like the idea that people from around the country that end up at Fort Campbell then have a possibility to live, work, raise a family, and spend the rest of their career here in Bowling Green and Warren County. And so I wanted John to come in to go over that program that they're doing, and so I appreciate the hard work, and we'll keep fine-tuning that and keeping up with that. So, Scott?
I got a question on the, so when the soldiers are leaving Fort Campbell and re-entering private sector or whatever, do we have a sense of how much, so we've been able to track 5 that have joined the workforce locally through the program. Do we have a sense of where a lot of these folks are going? Do they return home? It's like, who are we competing against? Because it seems like there's plenty of jobs here.
Sure, that's a good question. So the folks that run the transition program at Fort Campbell will tell you that it breaks down into thirds. Approximately a third are going to go home for wherever they came from. Approximately a third are going to stay in and around Fort Campbell, and a third are going to go where the job opportunity is. So the way we've looked at it is, out of that 5,000 a year, we have a shot at 2/3 of them. The ones staying around Fort Campbell and the ones that'll go where there's an opportunity.
Yeah. And Squire Lasley, I think to that point, you're seeing it in the state legislature. One of the issues we have is, of course, Fort Campbell is right on it's between Hopkinsville and Clarksville. It's right on the Tennessee line, Kentucky-Tennessee line. Tennessee does not have a state income tax. And when someone's retiring or taking their version, they can only be in 4 or 8 years. They don't necessarily, they're all retired after 20 years. But even at that point, when they take a look at it, it is some type of battle for them to come here. But I do think that we have the ability, if we can get them here, get them interested, I have no problem saying it, Bowling Green and Warren County beats Clarksville all day long. We just have to get them here and see what's available here and get them indoctrinated, so it's good. Any other questions for John? Great.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate all of the support we've received so far, and appreciate the encouragement. So
keep us updated. Thanks, John.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Great. All right. Item number 9, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2333, setting aside ordinance 2324 and rezoning property located at 209 Massey Road from agriculture to rural residential, containing approximately 5.32 acres and presently owned by Wesley and Farrah Lambert. And this actually was a correction is due to a clerical error. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 10, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2334, rezoning property located at 165 Gherkin Road, a portion of which from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 1 acre and presently owned by Philip Moore and Mary Beth Moore Collins. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 11, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2335, rezoning property located at 0 Long Road and 1205 Matlock Road from agriculture to residential estate and single-family residential containing approximately 11.1070 acres and presently owned by Thomas J. and Georgia R. Blevins. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Approve second and final reading of ordinance 2336, rezoning property located at 0 and 886 Gherkin Road, former address, from agriculture and residential estate to residential estate containing approximately 27.9933 acres and presently owned by Sandra Duval. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 13 is approved second and final reading of ordinance 2337, rezoning property located at 2177 Woodburn Allen Springs Road, a portion of which from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 1.45 acres and presently owned by Kelly and Shirley Roberts. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 14 is approved second and final reading of ordinance 2338, rezoning property located at 0 Morgantown Road from RS1A single-family residential to multifamily residential containing approximately 16.49 acres and presently owned by Jeffrey Moore. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 15 is approved second and final reading of ordinance 2339, rezoning property located at 0 Scottsville Road, a portion of which from single-family residential to office and professional commercial containing approximately 0.91 acres and property located at 0 Sunflower Lane, a portion of which from office and professional commercial to single-family residential containing approximately 0.35 acres and presently owned by Eastwood Baptist Church, Inc. and VISAAC LLC, care of Mike Vitale.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Question or discussion? Please call roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 16 is make part of the record the Kentucky Department of Corrections Reentry Program's audit report for the Warren County Regional Jail. And I see our jailer on here, Jailer Harmon. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Judge. Great. Good to see all of you today. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of the deputies that work in reentry. We had a 100% overall score on the records side of the house, and then on the program review where they actually sit in the classes that are taught, we had an overall score of 98, and some of those individual classes were 100%. And so we started doing reentry back in 2017 before there was money attached. Now all of a sudden with the Department of Corrections paying jails for their programs, now we have a whole host of auditors and things that come and do these program reviews. So really proud of the staff. In our exit interview, they said we were one of the top 3 in the state this year. We're on track to make about $300,000 in our budget from teaching classes. So really important part of what we do, not only preparing the inmate for re-entering society, but also from a financial aspect, the work does pay off. So I want to congratulate my staff publicly and report to the court on this overall great review from the state on our re-entry efforts.
Great. Any questions for Jailer Harmon?
Amazing job.
Yeah. Jailer Harmon, please tell the staff they do a great job. We're just very, very thankful and blessed for the work that they do each and every day. For our corrections officers do a fantastic job, and it's a source of pride for our community. So thank you so much for that hard work.
Thank you.
There's no objections. We'll make that part of the record. Item 17 is approved determination of the amount of $11,300 to Toadvine Enterprises for the replacement of 2 scoreboards at Ed Spear Park that were struck by lightning. This is state price contract. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions?
Would any of this be covered by insurance since it was struck by lightning? Just casual question.
Chris just walked out. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, our deductible, I think it's $25,000 for that. Yeah.
Right.
Our deductible for those types is $25,000, so this did not meet that threshold. But good question. Thank you for that clarification. All right, no other questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 18 is approved determination of the amount of $5,399 to Legacy OPE for the purchase of a Echo Lawn spreader for Griffin Park. This is state price contracting. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Lasley. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 19 is approved determination of the amount of $4,207.50 to Garage Doors Plus LLC for a gate operator and sensors for the Judges Gate at the Warren County Justice Center. 3 quotes were requested with 2 submitted. This was the lowest and best, and that is the Judicial Judges Gate, by the way. I have nothing to do with that, so let's make sure we're on the same page there.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Approved determination of the amount of $4,380 to Pie Barker Fire and Safety for yearly sprinkler inspections and repairs at the Justice Center. This is the contracted vendor. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 21, approve order 2316 declaring surplus property for the Warren County Attorney's Office.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 22 is approved determination of the amount of $4,525 to Connexus for the annual premium for Alert Sense software for emergency alert notices. This is the contracted vendor. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Approve Resolution 2310 authorizing the filing of the HB1 Jail Arraignment Equipment Grant application on behalf of the Warren County Regional Jail. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Aldridge. Question or discussions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 24, approved determination the amount of $10,674.65 to Boyd Company for backhoe repair, single source vendor, and this is paid for out of stormwater funds. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
The next several items are grant applications. One opportunity we have is many different facets trying to work with our grant coordinator and others to change some things here in Warren County. So they're all related to that and the documents to sign those grants. 25, authorize judge executive sign all documents related to the hazard mitigation grant for the purchase of critical facilities generators. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
26, authorize judge executive to sign all documents related to the hazard mitigation grant for the purchase of 11 additional community outdoor warning sirens. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions?
Needed, well, much needed.
Very
but
much.
Fill those holes in.
All these would be great to get, but that's very much needed. Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 27 is authorized judge executive to sign all documents related to the hazard mitigation grant for the construction of a safe room EOC for Warren County. Motion by Squire Lasley, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Authorized judge executive to sign all documents relating to the hazard mitigation grant for the purchase of Warren County Community Parks generators. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 29 is authorized judge executive to sign all documents relating to the hazard mitigation grant for Warren County drainage rehab.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 30 is approved determination the amount of $12,500 to Rec Desk for the fiscal year 23-24. This is the Parks and Rec reservation scheduling system, and this is a single source vendor. Motion by Squire Lasley, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 31 is approve the treasurer's report for April 2023. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Aldridge. Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 32 is approved first reading of ordinance 2340, rezoning property located at 102 Old Richardsville Road and 1965 Kentucky Highway 185 from agriculture and multifamily residential to planned unit development containing approximately 15.49 acres and presently owned by Beach Holdings LLC, care of Patrick Reynolds and Kelly Coleman.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Again, I am going to say something on this one, exciting opportunities down there at the old VFW for some great development that will happen on that side of town for sure. Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 33 is approve order 2317 to surplus and transfer 10 tasers and approve payment of $7,500 to Barron County Detention Center for their key track key and asset management system. This is a single source vendor. Funds will be used from the Warren County Regional Jail canteen account. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 34 is approved determination amount of $1,234 to Key Track Inc. for the asset management device for the Warren County Regional Jail and authorize the Warren County Jailer to sign maintenance and support agreement with Key Track Inc. This is a single source vendor, and these funds will also be paid for from the canteen account. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or question? Jailer, any comments on that?
Judge, I appreciate Sarah and Amy helping us wrap this up appropriately. It works out for both facilities. We're able to, because of a partnership with the Bowling Green Police, they gave us taser equipment that they had replaced. And so we took some of the ones that we purchased a couple of years ago to trade to Barron County, who much needs this equipment. The device that we're getting from them is asset management. It does all of the key tracking by fingerprint and also some other equipment that you can put in compartments of this machine. We've been wanting one for several years and haven't gotten around to getting the purchase made, and so this way both agencies benefit, and we both got a great deal. That's part of the partnership with the Jailers Association, is to trade resources when you can, and so appreciate the court's support and also Amy and Sarah helping us to draft it up appropriately.
Thank you, Jailer. Anytime we're doing horse trading, always involve Amy and Sarah. That's fantastic. So thank you for that. But a great use of funds and able to do that. And we do appreciate your hard work with the Jailers Association, Jailer Harmon, because it is a great use of taxpayer dollars to be able to share resources and be able to find things that will work. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Motion by Squire Lasley, second by Squire Lawrence. Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 35 is grant authority to Parks and Rec to advertise for bids for AED, oxygen, and first aid stations for all Warren County Parks Department properties and facilities. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yep.
Item 36, grant authority to Parks and Rec to advertise for bids for portable toilet, hand washing, sanitizing stations for all Parks Department properties and facilities. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 37 is approved determination in the amount of $9,358.56 to Dell for the purchase of 3 laptops to replace non-functioning laptops for Parks and Rec. This is a state price contract.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Lasley. Any questions or discussions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 38 is approved determination in the amount of $4,270 to Miles Trailer Sales for the purchase of a 16-foot mowing trailer for the Parks Department to replace an unreliable trailer that is being surplused. 3 quotes were obtained. This was the lowest and best. I just like the opinion of that it had to be unreliable. That's good, Chris. I mean, you know, you just can't use things if they're not working. It's good. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 39 is approved determination in the amount of $5,178.75 to EFI for guardrail replacement at Cave Mill Road and Grider Pond Road for the safety of citizens. This guardrail was damaged by a citizen vehicle accident. This is a single source vendor. And before we talk about either this item or the next one, Mr. Moore. Was asked a question about liability, I know, but just for the record, we can talk about both these accidents.
So the first accident, we were notified by BGPD, and we've reached out to try to get the accident report so we can move forward on insurance. The second one was one that we just noticed was damaged by a car. We have no accident report. We have no idea when it happened. When a guardrail is damaged, it cannot be reused, so we have to replace them. And because this company, who is a single source, they're the only guardrail company, they do KYTC guardrail, BGP, or City of Bowling Green guardrail. I just thought we'd bring them both up so that when we get them to Bowling Green to replace them, they'd replace them both at the same time.
Yep. So we'll try to pursue the first one with insurance, but I'll promise you the second one, we have no report, no, we discovered it, so there's no telling what happened on that one. So that's where we stand on both those, and I wanted to make sure we were all, magistrates were all on the same page on that. Okay.
And I can assume the one on Cave Mill is in county property. I know the city comes real
Yep.
close to that, and
Yeah, it's right where the city limit line runs through, but that section is ours. It's right near a retention basin. It's also ours. So yes, that's one we've got to replace.
Okay. So we have that item up. We have a motion for that. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Thank you, Josh. Discussion or questions anymore? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Next item is approved determination in the amount of $4,557.50 to EFI for guardrail replacement at Rocky Hill Road and Hayes Smith Grove Road for the safety of citizens. Guardrail was damaged by a citizen vehicle accident. This is a single source vendor. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or question? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Item 41 is approve the multi-party geospatial data sharing agreement between Warren County, the City of Bowling Green, BGMU, City County Planning Commission, and the Warren County Water District, and authorize Judge Executive to sign said document. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Item 42 is approved first reading of ordinance 2341, authorizing a lighting agreement between Warren Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation and the Orchard at South Warren. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Item 43 is approve the updated receipt for transferring delinquent property tax bills from the sheriff to the county clerk. There were 76 timely postmarked real estate bills received and 4 timely postmarked tangible bills received, resulting in a change to the number of certificates of delinquency as well as the amount due at the time of transfer. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Any question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Item 44 is approved order 2318 appointing Connor Raymer and Sharon Brawner to the Bowling Green Area Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Directors. Motion by Squire Aldridge. Second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Item 45 is approved determination in the amount of $4,900 to Scott Murphy and Daniel for replacement of 3 bollards at the Griffin Park Air Park that protect the planes in the park. They were struck by an overturned vehicle, and the operator's insurance company will be reimbursing the county for the loss.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley?
Yes.
Item 46, appoint the following representatives, commissioners, to reapportion the county's 6 districts according to KRS 67.045. Mally Schultz from the 6th District, Bob Young from the 4th District, Todd Davis from the 1st District, and non-voting member County Clerk Lynette Yates. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. As you are well aware, this fiscal court has to reapportion the entire county with that, and those are the 3 volunteer members who will be on that board along with Lynette Yates, a non-voting member, to remap the districts of the 6 magistrates.
Good question.
Yes.
Their timeline, is there a date, is there a mandated timeline, or is it, just curious when they were going to do this and start it and be completed?
The first meeting is going to be next Friday, I believe, and then they will start, and maybe the clerk.
It'll take, it's about a 60-day process that we have to get everything in line and get it approved. And then nothing will be instilled until November the 8th. Whatever we vote on or whatever, it will be after the general election. But it takes about a 60, once we get the process started, about 60 days.
Thank you.
It should be.
And the statute allows for a monetary amount to be paid for their service, so
Yes,
it might be a good time to go ahead and get that approved as well. Just a suggestion, we could do it later, but I know they're meeting next Friday, so.
They are meeting next, and I said that, let me correct that record. So I would anticipate, because of the time involved in the meetings about that, we anticipated this would be $400 per member for the meetings they have to do this as I said volunteer, they're not volunteering, they're also not being paid well either, however. And they all agreed to do it long before they knew anything about this, but it is standard and customary to pay for that service. And so what I would ask is that they, as part of this also, that it would approve a $400 stipend per voting member, which is 3 of them. Did we have a motion on that yet?
Yep.
So who made the motion?
Aldridge, Cummings.
So would you amend that motion?
Yes. And I amend my second.
So you're going to amend that motion to add at the end of that to also then have a stipend of $400 per voting member. Is that correct, Squire Aldridge? Thank you. All right. Any question or discussion on that? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Approved determination the amount of $13,604.21 to Barron County Business Supply for new fiscal courtroom furniture. This is state price contracting. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 48 is accept the lowest and best bid for fiscal courtroom renovations from My Projects LLC in the amount of $147,600. The request for bids was advertised according to KRS 45A. 4 bid packets were picked up. This was the only bid received. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Williams. Any questions or discussion on that? And I will say this is for the complete renovation of this room we're sitting in right here. Happy to talk with James Markham, can go through that. I will say, based upon this, that we'll have some disruption to our court proceedings, but every 60 years or so, we should spend a little money up here, so that's what's going to happen. So, all right.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
for transparency, Southern Kentucky Granite, a company in which I own, was asked to give a bid for a portion of this. So again, and that amount actually was $3,500 as our portion, so I'll be abstaining from the vote.
That's great. And just for the record there, again, for Mashard Aldridge, he is the owner of that. He was the low bidder in that process with the bidding people, but at the same time, he's abstaining. Thank you for that clarification, Squire Aldridge. Any other discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge is abstaining. Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 49, approved determination in the amount of $14,606.06 to Wright Implement for the purchase of a John Deere Gator UTV for the Warren County Parks Department Beautification Division. This is a Sourcewell pricing. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 50, approved budget transfers for Warren County. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Will the treasurer please report the claims?
General Fund, $682,124. Road Fund, $111,556. Jail Fund, $466,036. Stormwater Fund, $39,856. E911 Fund, $13,249. Be happy to answer any questions.
Motion that we pay the claims.
Motion by Squire Cummings to pay the claims, second by Squire Aldridge. Question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter? Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lastly?
Yes.
All right. Lynette, great job on the election.
I want to come up and say what a great job that Chris and all the guys did. Joey's even come this week, and because everything that comes back on election night into my office, if you were in there anytime earlier this week, you could not move. We had a path. Joey came, took everything back out to the voter building. They did such an amazing thing. Election night, breaking everything down. They had five or six places on election night. Everything was broke down and back out in the voter building, put away. They do such a great job, but I want to commend Chris and the guys because, like I said, this could not happen with the way us doing vote centers now. It's just amazing how great those guys work together and get everything done. So we want to thank them so much for making it happen. And yes, we're glad to have that election behind us. We'll have another one coming up real soon, and thank you all very much. And I do want to thank Josh and them. I did hear a lot of comments from people that love the new Sugar Maple Center. They thought it was great with James and everybody getting everything done so quickly to get that opened up for everyone. But I heard a lot of positive comments from the community that they really like that.
Yep.
So thank you too.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
Just curious, what was our voter turnout percentage here in Warren County?
13.25. So yeah, not a lot, but
It'd be more this
we would like to see, we would like to see a few more. With everything, all the hard work that goes into it, we would like to see a little better turnout on that. But we kind of anticipated this one.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you. Sheriff Hightower?
Just want to wish everybody a very safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. And just remember Scott County this week, will be very Deputy Conley. Next Thursday is his service, visitation will be Wednesday, service will be Thursday.
We planning on sending someone up there? Are you going to go?
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll have it.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yep.
Judge.
Thank you. Jailer Harmon?
Thank you, Judge.
Want to thank the sheriff and the jailer. Last week, of course, was Law Enforcement and Correction Officers Week, and we had a great ceremony for that. But we do always want to keep our law enforcement, our correction officers, the hard work that they do to keep our community safe. So thank you for that hard work. Mr. Comer?
Judge in Fiscal Court, Lynette hit on this earlier, but I do want to, I brought Joseph Gott with us, Shane Jordan. Joey is our facility superintendent. Shane is our gym manager at Ephraim White. They have a great crew. As you all know, we've got 80-plus great, exceptional county parks employees. Joey is our facility superintendent, and Shane is our gym manager. They have single-handedly taken over the election process for the Parks Department. They do an exceptional job. Their entire team is involved, and really, really pleased and appreciative of everything that they do. Also, I wanted to recognize a young man there sitting next to Leah. Leah Sperlin has many different hats within the Parks Department. She's one of our internship coordinators. That is Trevor Moore. It's Trevor's birthday today. He is also he's also an intern with us this summer. And Trevor just happens to be the grandson of Phil Moore and is from Lindsey Wilson College. So we appreciate Trevor working with us. He was on our I-65 crew last year. Had such a good time. He wants to come back and do his internship with us. So thank you, Trevor.
All right. Thanks, Trevor. Happy birthday, Trevor, and just go ahead and take it Saturday and Sunday off. It'll be fine. Okay. Josh Moore? All right, good. Holly, thank you for being here today. Everything good in your world? That's great. Ronnie, Mr. Pearson, thank you so much. Mr. Peterson, all above board. It's rolling hard. That's good. And Mr. Markram, thanks to James and his crew. Now, I'm not going to ask you to speak, but no one wants to hear that. I appreciate, though, James and his crew of working with this renovation. There'll be some interesting things happening here for that standpoint. And before I get to the magistrates, just because of that vote today, everyone will be notified, but we're probably going to have the next 3 fiscal court meetings across the street at the City of Bowling Green City Commission chambers, because this room will be inaccessible. So we'll give plenty of notice to everyone about that, but it does require us to move. This will not be operable, and we do appreciate our partners at the City of Bowling Green for allowing us to use their commission chambers for that. All right. Squire Aldridge.
Yes, I wanted to remind everybody about the community event that I'll be hosting tonight. It's at 6 p.m. at the Richardsville Community Center. So I hope everybody can come out and be part of that. I want to echo the sheriff's sentiments and wish everybody a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. Also, I have my own built-in fan club typically that watch the proceedings at home. And so it is my daughter Julia's birthday today, so she's probably watching. So I want to wish her a happy birthday today. And I had a daughter, Virginia, who had a birthday a few weeks back, and wish her a happy birthday.
Is there a month that you don't have a child that has a birthday?
We do most of these in July and June.
All right, I'm going to leave that alone. There's no need to, someone's going to start doing the math on me, and I'm not going to do that. So that's congratulations to Julia. That's great. So that's why I should just kind of less more of this and less that. Yes, Squire Cummings.
I have a few things here. First of all, I want to congratulate all the graduating seniors for all of our high schools in the county, especially my grandson, Jackson Cummings, is graduating from South Warren today, his last day of school. So congrats to all those, and even all the ones who are moving up, from kindergarten up to, all this big days for all these kids advancing on to this last day of school. I want to say a congrats to all the soapbox derby champions that took place last Saturday. Good day, went well. The Plano Fire Department is having a fish fry and dedication of the safe room out there on June the 10th. It's a Saturday. It's from 4 to 8. I would hope most of y'all could come see that new facility. It's pretty impressive, and they're kind of doing that kickoff for that and fundraising for that fish fry. If you're not doing anything and have a chance to go up to Elizabethtown this weekend, they're having a big World War II reenactment up there. Rumor has it that the German Tiger tank will be there this weekend in Elizabethtown. So if you want to go up, have nothing to do with Saturday, it battles at 10 and 2, similar to what we do here, but it's going to be a big event up there for them. And lastly, but not least, my son Joshua also has a birthday today, and he turns 23, and I'm so proud of him, the young man that he is, and so definitely wish him a happy birthday.
Thank you. Great. Squire Williams.
Thank you, Judge. I will just echo the comments made earlier about Memorial Day. It's one of those holidays that I hold near and dear. But along with that, too, the graduates, those that are moving up and advancing in whatever level of school that they're in, quite amazing accomplishments. Keep up the good work, and congratulations to each and every graduate.
Great. Thank you, Rick. Squire Lawrence.
Yeah, Judge, I'd like to make one announcement. On June 3rd, 2023, AMVETS Post 130 will be holding a flag retirement ceremony at the American Legion Post 23, 208 Dishman Lane, Bowling Green, Kentucky 42101. It'll start at 12 o'clock, so if anybody wants to bring flags there to have them retired, that's how you do it. Also, I'd also like to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day, and keep everybody in their mind that's gave the ultimate sacrifice to this country. That's what it's all about.
Yes. Squire Lasley.
Don't have much. Your mom celebrated 95th birthday. Happy birthday to her. That's pretty good.
That's not too bad. With her 98-year-old sister, older sister, who's still doing yoga. So it's amazing. So that's right. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's good. Mr. Treasurer.
Thank you, Judge.
County Attorney Milliken.
Thank you, Judge. I have an 8th grade graduate tonight, so we're very excited about that. I'm going to have a freshman in high school. I want to commend the Parks Department. You all do such a great job, and I know that Judge Gorman got a call on Friday at about 11 a.m. saying, hey, can you go pull up some dead bushes at Sky Pack? And you made it happen by Tuesday at 8 a.m. So with little notice, as always, you all make it happen. So we really appreciate all the hard work that you all put into everything. Very much appreciate it. I'm thrilled to have Fillmore's grandson here. Got a legacy to live up to, so we're sure proud to have you, and happy birthday. And today we're celebrating a gentleman as South Central Kentucky of the Year, and so thrilled to, David is so easy to celebrate, so we're happy to celebrate David Chambers.
Yes.
Thank you, David.
Fiscal Court Clerk, thank you, Crystal, that's fantastic. Yes, congratulations to David. He's South Central Kentuckian of the Year from the Community Foundation of Southern Kentucky, so they'll have a luncheon in his honor today, which is fantastic. Monday at 10 a.m. at the American Legion is our Memorial Day celebration, so we'd invite the community to come out to that to celebrate that. It's a great event they'll have out there. I want to say something about Jackson Cummings. He just graduating, but he applied for and is entered a program at M&L Electrical, and he is going to do that, which is a fantastic career. Many of us, if we thought we could do it over again and thought we could own an electrical company, we would have done that, so that's great for him, me being one of them, but it's awesome. But what a great career he's going to have, and that'll ensure he can grow up right here in Warren County, so we're proud of that. I do want to have two family members, families, if you'd keep in your thoughts and prayers. There's many out there that have that, but the family of Giles Cunningham and Lauren Gherkins, two young people that lost their lives in the past week. And so if you would keep both of them in your thoughts and prayers for that. I want everyone to have a safe Memorial Day weekend. And remember, you'll have more information about the times and dates won't change, but our location will for the next 3 fiscal courts while we're undergoing this renovation. So thank you for that as well. If there's nothing else to come before the court, we need a motion for adjournment by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. We are adjourned. Thank you.